Good evening, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Infinite Trade. My name is Robin, and let's do a Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis for tomorrow, and also we'll discuss how it is going to be in the coming week. Okay, so let's begin the analysis. So, firstly, we'll check out Nifty. So, if you all remember, we already discussed that Nifty may want to travel or may consolidate in this particular range, like we saw here. That may happen here also. This is something which we discussed, I think maybe last week or something. So that's what is happening currently. If you look at here, okay, just a moment, let me remove this arrow. Yeah, so if you look at here, we saw a great fall. Immediately the next day, Nifty opened gap up, exactly it took support at this level and it closed higher. The next day again a gap up, it closed here. Okay, and we anticipated that Nifty should take resistance here. A lot of people thought that it may travel upside, but I was pretty confident that Nifty will take resistance, but I did not expected such a big gap down. But a resistance is always resistance, and people like especially the big players, they change their positions at this point. So we saw that we did a beautiful fall here on Friday, and what next is now again, I suspect that Nifty may take support here, or at least for tomorrow it will take an halt here. Okay, so if you look at Sgx Nifty, I think Sgx Nifty was indicating a gap down of about 160 or 65 points. So that happens to be 17,015. So right now Sgx Nifty has closed at 17,015. So that level comes somewhere here, okay, at this point. So there are high chances that tomorrow's gap down may eventually, it will spend some time in the first half and it will try to recover in the second half, is what I feel, because it should take support here. But just in case, to trap some people, it may give a dip until 16,802. So this level comes up somewhere around 16,800, 830, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's at 16,830. Okay, so 16,800 can be possible, but I'm not expecting a dip beyond that, at least tomorrow. Okay, so we may put a wick here and try to close something like this. So there are higher chances, so we'll look at that. So there is a possibility like this, and let's discuss Bank Nifty 2. So when we'll get bearish is when it closes below 16,800. Okay, if Nifty closes below 16,800, if not tomorrow, then maybe day after or the other day, we may expect some more fall until this place. But right now we also have this level, which is the half level of this particular channel. So I'm expecting Nifty to take a halt here. So this is what our plan should be for the coming week. So we still think that it may spend 2 or 3 more days within this channel before it decides to either go up or go down. Okay, now let's discuss Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty, if you see, this was the mother candle, and all the other candles are considered to be inside candles. So a lot of people trade inside candles. So what do we do is, when the low of the mother candle breaks, we expect a momentum on the downside. But this is enjoyable when it opens flat, and if it breaks the level, it is a very good trade for option buyers especially. And tomorrow, since we are expecting a gap down, looking at Sgx Nifty, there is a high chance that people would want to book their profits. So we'll definitely check the data, but with an overview, both FIs and pros both are holding a bearish position, so they would definitely want to book profits. And whenever market opens with a gap down, and if they see a very good profit, it's generally a good idea to book like 60 to 70% of your uh, quantity that you have, and rest you can hold it, and you can give it as an SL, or you can trail your profits, is what everyone follows. So based on that, we have an immediate level somewhere close to 35,500. Okay, so I'm expecting Bank Nifty to take a halt at 35,500 tomorrow. So Sgx Nifty 165 points down means Bank Nifty can open around 300 points down. So 300 points down means somewhere close to 35 700 or 800. So we may see a dip until this place, and slow and steadily we may see market recovering on the higher side. Okay, so these kind of you know the inside candle strategies do not work when it opens gap down, because it has already uh, done that kind of a momentum. So hence we'll tomorrow what we'll do is, once the market opens gap down, we'll let it settle down both in Nifty and Bank Nifty, and we'll wait for a price action, something like a higher high or something. And mostly during these times, what I do is I keep an eye on intraday PCR values, and the second thing that I do is I look at RSI and uh, the price action. Okay, so these 3 points are important. So once you get to know that these 3 points are getting aligned with the higher high price action, is when you can think of entering. Very soon I'm gonna come with a video on a price action strategy, which I'm sure you will not get it anywhere in the uh, YouTube world or any book. The only thing is I need to collect some charts so that I can portray it to you all. So let me collect those chart during this week, and in the next weekend I may record that video. Trust me, once you see that video and understand the concept, you would not need any sort of an indicator, and just with the candlesticks you will be able to understand whether the market is going to be sideways, or is it going to be bullish, or is it going to be bearish, is something which you'll get to know very easily. So wait for that video, definitely you will love that video. So this is all about the overall trend that we're looking at Nifty and Bank Nifty. Now let's look at the data, and we'll move on to a smaller time frame and understand how do we trade in the coming week. So the first thing is the participant wise open interest. So FIs have closed a good amount of long positions, and they have added a good amount of short positions on Friday. Okay, after the market open gap down, then too they went ahead and closed long positions and added short positions. This means that despite of a gap down, they are still bearish in the market. Okay, because usually we see people adding longs here, but however they added shorts here. And similarly, if you look at call options, they're net short in call options, and they're net long in put options. That means completely bearish positions. And if you look at pros also, they have a very significant amount of call shorts and a very good amount of put long, that too on a Friday. So this is what is surprising, because on a Friday, when there is a long weekend like Saturday and Sunday ahead, and still they both have created a significant position, that too on a bearish side. So that means they were already expecting that Monday we can expect a gap down. So any surprise in this? So just in case if market opens flat or it opens gap up, imagine that is going to be the wonderful time for us to look for a short trade. And these people have so many positions, so definitely that the gap up or a flat opening can help us to make good money, but I don't think so. Sgx Nifty would recover 165 points in the morning, but let's see. And if you look at the retailers, completely bullish position. So I think they are going to face some issues tomorrow while the market opens. So overall, both pros and FIs are bearish in the market. And if you look at the overall positions of FIs so far, so if you look at the Thursday, just a second. Yeah. So if you look at Thursday, that was the expiry day on 21st of April. Look at their position. So it was almost neutral. Okay. So 70,692 long future and 69,544 short future. However, that changed on the 22nd of April, and right now they carry a bearish position. And even if you look at this point, there's a crossover of the index futures, that is the shorts are moving on the upper side. So here also we saw a crossover, the shorts went on the upper side and it sustained for about say 1 2 3 4 5 6 days, and we may expect that in the coming days. So whether this continues to stay up or whether it will come down is something which we'll have to watch out for. So overall, looking at pros of the FI's data, definitely the market looks slightly bearish at this end. So we'll have to see what kind of positions they carry on Monday. So let's go back to our chart on a smaller time frame and discuss the levels for Nifty and Bank Nifty so that we can plan our trade accordingly. And also, if you want to just hear what was the cash market data, so FIS sold for 2,461 crores on Friday, and DIS bought for 1,600 crores. And just a news, like ICICI Bank has posted their quarterly result, and that happens to be a good sort of a result, and it had beaten the estimates of what the analysts thought of. So that positivity may factor in and stabilize Bank Nifty at least for tomorrow. Okay, so right now if you look at Bank Nifty, this is an important level, 36,000. Okay, so we saw a good fall in the second half, and in this second half, like what we observed is it is somewhere close to the support of 36,000. So in case if we open flat and if we break it, definitely that is a very good trade. We can expect a straight fall of 500 points in Bank Nifty, and it may halt at somewhere close to 35,450 to 35,500. But I think we will not be able to get this or catch this particular fall looking at the gap down. So imagine if market opens somewhere here. Okay, so the best thing to understand the price action is they are holding bearish positions. Okay, so they would definitely want to book it when the market opens gap down. So if they book it in the first half, say market starts moving up, then there is a high possibility that it may fill the gap and then it will start falling again. Okay, so this is one of the good trade to enter into a put. You see the first candle and immediately the second candle breaches the high. That means there is a high possibility it may go and fill the gap, and then you can take a bearish trade. But the other thing is, if it opens somewhere here and if it starts going down, so what happens is this is the place where the price action or the FIs, they try to convince the retailers that the market is ready to go down. Okay, and the market will come down, it will hit this place and start spending time here. It will break this low and then spend time here, then come up, and then eventually it will start rising on the upper side. So it tries to trap a lot of people here, and this is the place where they can book their profits and exchange hands with the retailers, and then slow and steady take the market on the upper side. So all that we have to look out or watch out for is to, when they're opening gap down, are they going down directly or are they moving up? So if they're moving up, we're definitely going to look for a put trade, and if they're going down, uh, the three things that we discussed, the PCR values of intraday, RSI, and the higher high and higher low formations of the price action. So when these three things are uh, in a line with each other, we'll definitely look for a call options here, and we can expect the market to rise. So this is the plan for Bank Nifty tomorrow. So wait for the market to open and see whether it goes up to 36,000 or whether it falls down to 35,500, and then we'll slowly gradually think of taking the position accordingly. We are not discussing about gap up scenario because we are already down, so I'm not expecting a very big gap up. Okay, so now let's discuss Nifty. So Nifty is currently at a support place, which was 17,150, around that area. Okay, yes, now we have the lines. So Nifty is about to open somewhere here. Okay, so the closing of Sgx Nifty is somewhere close to 17,015. So that means it is planning to open somewhere here. So Nifty has an important support at 16,800, which we already discussed on the daily chart. And let me just show you that level once again. This is Nifty. Yeah. So if you look at this particular level, below this, Nifty was bearish, and a lot of times Nifty has taken support here. So there is a high chance that tomorrow's gap down can take support at this place and consolidate and close higher, is what we discussed. So this is going to be an important support. So we'll be very careful at that particular place. And also it happens to be like Nifty will be somewhere close to this particular low. So this is a very important place. So if Nifty opens at 17,000, and the same thing like Bank Nifty we discussed, if Nifty moves up straight away to 17,170, 180, we'll look for a put trade here once we see a reversal. And if it breaks the low and starts going down immediately, then I think we'll wait for the price action here, and we'll look for buying a call option here. And in case Nifty takes support and takes a reversal at this place, I think this is going to be one of the good places for people who look or who wish to go long in Nifty for a shorter period of time. They can definitely enter here. Like you can hedge your position by going long in the future, and you can buy a put to hedge it. So if you do this, I think with a small SL of 16,800 or this particular low, or if this low doesn't get breached, this low should be your SL, and you can look out Nifty to go back to 17,400 once again. So this is a very good place to go long in Nifty future, in case if it opens and comes down immediately and starts taking support and forming a higher high kind of a price action. And other than this, if you see that Nifty has opened here and with a gap down, and it is trading flat like it did on Friday, if we see something like this forming a range kind of thing, then we'll probably trade the range breakout or breakdown. So keep this in mind. So we discussed about gap down opening. In case of flat opening, just in case, because of ICICI, if there's anything that can be done, then we'll wait for this level to break and we'll buy a put here. But other than that, we will not discuss about gap up because we are not expecting a very big gap up. So this is my view on Nifty and Bank Nifty for tomorrow and for the coming week. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let's meet in another video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.